Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 320 Southwest 6th Avenue here in Canby. We're located at the rear of the home here currently. We have a vent up on the roof that we're going to try and use our point of access. We're not able to find an external cleanout. Tricky part here is the steepness of the roof and the fact that it's right on the edge there. Our only way to do this is to drag the camera up and try and shove it down through the vent while on the ladder. So anyway, I'm hoping we can get far enough out. We'll see. But we're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running. Here we go. I'm going to do most of my inspection on the way out here. It's hard to watch the camera and be on the ladder here at the same time. Okay, we've hit some type of junction here. I'm going to do some locates real quick to see where this is at exactly. Okay, I put a marking down on the ground here just to show where this junction is at. This is entirely possible. That's the terminus of the line there. I don't know if there's any type of easement on the property or anything like that. We'll keep shoving here a little further to see if we can get past this point. Unfortunately, this is about as far as I'm able to get here. With all the twists and turns, the biggest issue here is just the awkwardness of this access point. To try and stand on the ladder and run the camera all at the same time, we lose all of our leverage here to try and shove out with. At this point here, I'm wailing on this thing as hard as I possibly can, and it's just not budging. I know that if I were able to actually stand on that roof and put more weight into it, I probably could get it to go further. It's just, it's the most awkward setup here to try and shove the camera. And you've got about 10 pounds of cable hanging off the other end. It's, anyway, hard to explain. I'm going to locate and mark here, and we'll let it drain out. Just, I'll double check just to see how far out we are. We're only about 25 feet out, though. Alright, in this situation, I'm going to basically just have to reel the camera back, and I can review what we've seen at home. There's just no way for me to reel out and watch the monitor at the same time. It's impossible. Anyway, I would recommend, the best option here would be to install a clean out on the exterior here on the stack. It would make for a pretty good point of access. The tricky part here is, if you ever had to service the line, it'd be very hard to do so. The other option is to pull the toilet inside. That's obviously going to get us down on the ground where it's much easier to run the camera from. So that may be the best option to start with first, just to get the scope done. But I would also recommend getting a clean out installed out here. It's just it's a very tricky line to access if you ever had to drain clean it. Alright, so right here on this external stack would be a half decent spot for a clean out. I would put it as low as you can to get us past as many turns as possible. But right over here, the line comes out the back here and comes over by this little wood pile. There's our Y connection that we saw there, and then about 15 feet away is where we stopped, about halfway up the side of the house. So there's probably at least another 40 feet, if not more, of pipe to go here. And I'll review what I saw at home there. The other thing you can check on with that Y connection being there, it's possible that that is a party line connection. It could be storm drain pipe. It could also be an easement main lateral connection, and that could be actually the terminus of the line there. So you could look into that before trying to go further on scoping this. But I'll send a report and review the video once I'm home.